Part 8. We are going to continue with multiplication of algebraic expressions. You will find this on page 106 in the Namibian Mathematics Grade 8 textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. Let's look at a few examples. Example 12. Expand the following. If you look at this, you will see there is 1, 2 terms. I also see that there is a negative. And remember what I said? It's like a red robot. If you see a negative in front, the term in front of the bracket, stop and concentrate on your signs. Okay, but let's put in that extra step. So it's actually negative 2 times that negative e. Put it in brackets. Again, write that negative 2 and times it with the negative 7f and then plus 5c. Now let's do the multiplication. A negative times a negative. How many negative stripes do you see? I see 2 negative signs. That's an even number, so that's why the answer will be positive. 2 times 1, it will be 2, and then the e. Look at this one. A negative times a negative. How many negative signs do you see? 2. So that will make it an even number, so that's why the answer will be positive. 2 times 7 is 14, and there is the f, plus 5e. Now, look for my like terms. Now, if I look, I will see 5e. Oh, I'm just going to take another color. 5e and positive 5e. So, if I say 2 plus 5, that will be 7e, and I just rewrite the 14f. So, my answer is having 1, 2 terms. Okay, let's look at the next one. Look, there is 1, 2 terms. So I must first do order of operation, and that's the brackets. So I just rewrite the 2x. Now look, again, I like to compare this. This is a green robot. So just go on with your signs. Usually you will not make a sign mistake. So just write positive 6 and rewrite the 3y. Write again positive 6 and rewrite the negative 4x. And now start with the multiplying. Rewrite 2x. 6 times 3, that is 18y. And a positive times a negative, it will stay a negative because it's just 1. It's an odd number, so that's why it's negative. 6 times 4, that's 24x. Now again, my like terms. Let's just find our like terms. If I look, there's 2x and there is negative 24x. So 2 minus 24, the signs are different. What do? I subtract and I take the sign in front of the biggest movement, which was negative. So it's negative 22x and I just rewrite the plus 18y. Okay, I want you to stop the video and I want you to do 2a and b. And as soon as you are finished, you can continue with the video. Okay, let's look. Try now 12. Let's start with A. Just rewrite everything, or be careful for the negative. Again, you will see 2 terms, 1, 2. Okay, so rewrite the negative 5 and first the 7 you're going to multiply. But you're also going to take the negative 5, so I'm just rewriting it. You're also going to multiply it with 2y. Okay, and just continue with your 15y. Okay, now multiply. A negative 5 times 7. How many negative signs are there? There's just one. It's an odd number, and that's why the sign is negative. 5 times 7, that's 35x. Negative 5 times 2, that will be only one sign, so it's odd, so the sign is negative. That's 10y, and just rewrite negative 15y. Okay, let's look for our like terms. Remember to underline it from the sign. So this one I just rewrite. And this one, if the signs are the same, what do? We add the numbers and we keep the sign. And that will be my final answer. Okay, let's look at the next one. Number B. This will be negative x plus 4 bracket 2x minus 5y. Again, I see 1, 2 terms. Now, this is a positive, so usually your signs will work out nice. So there's negative x. Write the 4 and write 2x. We're going to multiply. Then again write the 4 and write negative 5y. So this will be negative x. This will be 8x. And remember, there's one negative sign. That's why it's odd. So it's negative. And that's 20y. Now the like terms, like. It was a negative, remember? Okay, so if there stands nothing, I know there stands a 1. Signs are different, so what do? I subtract, so I get 7. And I take the sign in front of the biggest movement. And then I will, this was just an equal. And then this will be negative 20y. And that was my final answer. Okay, let's look at the next example. Try now 13. Simplify the following. Now, sometimes they can put this monomial, the term at the back. Now, what I prefer is rather the students, you can work with it at the back. It seems to me I left it at the back, but you can also move it to the front. So basically, it's just this 6 multiply the negative 2c, this term multiply the negative 2c, as well as this term multiply the negative 2c. So then I just multiply. A negative times a negative is a positive. It's a negative, so be careful for your signs. And this times this is just 1, so the negative stay. And this is going to be 2c. And there's no like terms, so I stop. If I look at this one, this one is there's an inner bracket. So first rewrite and first do that inner bracket. So let's look at this one. This is negative 2 times 3. You can put a positive and just handle the negative there. And then positive and negative 2 times negative 4x. And then just multiply this out. This is negative 6. Multiply negative times a negative is a positive. And now you can, and I didn't even write the step. I was just multiplying 3x. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. 3 times 8x is positive 24x. And this is like terms, so I add it up and I just rewrite that one. Okay, let's look at the last two more complicated sums. Let's just make space. Okay, we are at try now 13. And there is number A. 12x minus 5y. I'm going to leave it at the back, or maybe I must do this one differently and bring it rather to the front. Let's bring it to the front, just to do it a little bit more different. Because I usually see students prefer it to be at the front. Okay, so it's actually this one times this one, so it will be negative 3a and it's times 12x. Remember it's negative, so be careful. Red robot, stop. Think of your signs. And this one is negative 3a and then the second term. And then again negative 3a and the 3. And now this, it's one sign, one negative sign, so it's odd, so it stays negative. And then 3 times 12, that will be 36 AX. Put it in alphabetic order. Okay, and then the next one, negative times a negative. It's an even amount of negative signs, so it will be positive 15 AY. And this is just one negative. It's odd, so it's just negative, and it's 9a. And if I look at this, I see no like terms. So this is my final answer. Let's just take another color for the last one. B. This is the double bracket, or there's a bracket inside. So it's a plus 7, and then it's 2a plus 5b. Close, close. Always good to take different type of brackets. Okay, just rewrite first. We're going to work with the inside first. So this is a. This is a positive. So what I'm going to do in this case, I'm not going to put in the extra step, because I think you are good now. You can just multiply, and you can just multiply. and it's a positive. So 7 times 2, that will be 14a. 7 times 5, that will be 35b. And now, I'm even going to do it with this one also, not bringing in the double step. No, I think I'm going to bring in the double step due to the fact that it's negative. So it's negative 4, and you're going to multiply with a. And then write again negative 4, and you're going to multiply with 14a. And then again negative 4, and you're going to multiply with 35b. So this is going to be negative 4a. Negative 4 times with 14, it will be negative 56a. And there's one negative, it's odd, so it's again also negative. And if you multiply 4 with 35, it's going to be 140b. And now we're going to look if there's like terms. Oh, I see that 2 is like from the sign. So if I add it up, this is nice, negative 60. The signs are the same, so you cannot add the negative stripes because it's not multiplication, it's addition. If the signs are the same, you keep the sign and you add the numbers. Keep the a. And then just rewrite the b term. And this will be my final answer.